Well, I think the sensation's like nothing else. It's being in control, it's being free. It's one of the greatest feelings ever.
I think it's just very freeing. It's very much feeling back to nature.
It can be anything from exhilarating to terrifying.
I find it challenging to get them going right, and when everything goes right, it's so rewarding.
It just feels like, obviously when they're going well, it feels really like light and you're like on a cloud.
I've been riding horses nearly all my life. I think when we moved here when I was about 2, I started riding then.
Since I was probably like 2 or 3. Well, properly riding 3 or 4.
Probably since we were 3, because we had a pony. Like Mum we've always had ponies, so I've always been riding.
I don't know, I guess I started when I was maybe 8.
Because my sister started riding, I'm sure I would have been up on a pony like when I was born, but I'm probably from 4 or 5 starting to ride. So
I suppose I started riding when I was about 9, after badgering my parents for ages to let me ride, and so I started riding in a riding school not too far away from here, and learned how to ride there first.
And then you got a pony?
I got my pony. My parents had no experience about horses or ponies, so they went so inappropriate that you wouldn't even dream of doing it now, into the local mart and bought me, with Avril, a pony who was only just turning a 4-year-old, far too big for me, and that's where he started. But he turned out to be a really good pony, a lovely temperament, and he passed down to all my sisters.
So you just kind of winged it?
Yeah, we just winged it. Yeah, hadn't a clue.
It's like caring for any animals that, there's quite a bit of work involved. So, you're caring for the horse, so as well as riding them, you have to make sure they're fed, they're housed.
It's all split into different parts. You can't do it all in one chunk.
When you get up, you have to go down and give them their hay, which is in like a hay bag net thing. Or put them out in the field, or keep them in. And then in the evening you would have to muck them out and fill more hay nets again.
Oh, mucking them out is removing their droppings or their soiled bedding.
Probably take me an hour, or maybe even a little bit longer, an hour and 20 minutes now in total, or an hour and a half in total a day to look after them.
But then again, some days will take longer because you'll have the special jobs. Clipping the horses is when you basically give them a haircut. It reduces the amount of sweat they produce when they ride, so they can last longer. The hard thing about clipping is with an easy horse like Honey, she'll stand still, she'll eat her hinnet. She won't walk around and get in your way. 2 of our horses, as Zenobi, they'll move around, they won't stand still.
He's quite sensitive and he doesn't like it now. I've done as much as the bits I like, he doesn't mind. So this is a little restraint to put around his nose so he'll stand, otherwise he'll be quieter. You stand beside me, say beside me now, Kristen.
First you apply some water to get wet it all. Then you would use soap and shampoo and stuff. I'll get most of the suds out. Start again.
Ooh. Is purple the standard color?
For this it is anyway.
How many washes do you have to give the tail?
It depends. If you wash it regularly and keep it clean, 1 to twice, but this might be 3 times. But now if you can see, the foam from the tail is a lot cleaner than it was. It just shows you that you're getting there.
Washing his face now.
Yep, get the shit marks off his face.
How'd he get shot in his face?
Well, when he's in a stable, he'll roll around in the,
Ah.
and then eventually he might. Sometimes he gets either lucky or unlucky, depending on what
What
he's
trying
into.
to do.
Now we have to brush out the tail. Like brushing your hair after you're in the shower.
So would you recommend owning a horse to everyone?
No.
Well, I think you have to be practical minded about it, so it's not going to suit everybody.
I think it is a great hobby for a person and for a kid because it teaches them a lot. It teaches them responsibility, challenging, teamwork, dedication, ups and downs in life.
We live in the countryside, so I think when it means, you know, it gives us something to do during the summer. Like, you know, I don't think it's a necessary skill like swimming, but it's certainly a nice thing for people to do. So if somebody asked me, I wouldn't put them off.
But, you know, they have to also realise that there is work involved.
It doesn't matter if it's cold, if it's raining, if it's Christmas Day, which I do remember. Like, I still remember, like, my sister's going, oh, when do you have to come out? It's Christmas Day. I'm like, oh, I'm playing with my toys, don't really want to, and being dragged out.
You know, depending on where you're living and your accessibility to being able to ride, you know, that sort of might be a factor that would have to be taken into account.
People who don't have a background or family in horse riding, they normally quit around my age. They just don't want to do it anymore.
If you don't have the land and you don't have like a horse family, probably the best way to ride horses is to go to a riding school where they own the horses, they clean them out. I have to come there with a hat and jodhpurs and just ride the pony for an hour.
I would suggest not owning a horse and just going to a riding school.
Would you say that keeping a horse is worth it?
Yeah, really worth it.
Yeah, it's really worth it when you go to competitions and win and things, but when you have to do all the jobs in the middle of winter and it's freezing, that's not the best part of it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy it, I don't think I'd be doing it because there is a significant amount of work involved.